A staggering $230 million gone overnight. Two young men, barely in their 20s, stole a fortune in cryptocurrency, spending it on sports cars, luxury vacations, and a lavish Miami lifestyle. But what seemed like a dream quickly turned into a nightmare. The FBI was watching, and within weeks their empire came crashing down. This is the story of one of the biggest crypto heists in history and how it all unraveled. Malone Lamb and Jondiel Serrano weren't just ordinary criminals. They were young, tech-savvy, and ambitious, believing they could outsmart the system. Lamb, a 20-year-old from Singapore, was known in online circles under various aliases, including Anne Hathaway. He had a reputation for manipulating blockchain transactions and finding loopholes in crypto security. Serrano, a 21-year-old originally from Puerto Rico, went by the name Versace God on social media, where he flaunted wealth and boasted about money-making schemes. Both of them had been involved in crypto for years, studying the ins and outs of blockchain technology, decentralized finance, and digital wallets. They understood how to bypass security measures, use anonymous exchanges, and cover their tracks using sophisticated laundering techniques. Unlike traditional bank fraud, where transactions are monitored and flagged, cryptocurrency operates in a decentralized environment, making it harder to track stolen assets. At least that's what they thought. Their target was a wealthy investor based in Washington, D.C., a longtime crypto holder who had built up his fortune through early investments in Bitcoin. He had accumulated a staggering 4,100 Bitcoin, valued at over $230 million at the time. What made him vulnerable was a combination of trust and a lack of security awareness. While he kept his assets in a digital wallet, he also engaged in online crypto discussions, connecting with traders, investors, and enthusiasts. Lamb and Serrano used a tactic known as social engineering, a psychological manipulation method used to trick victims into revealing sensitive information. They posed as legitimate traders, building rapport with the victim over weeks. They sent links that mimicked real crypto platforms, luring him into entering his credentials. And then on August 18th, the final move was made. The victim unknowingly provided access to his private keys, allowing them to initiate a full-scale transfer of all his Bitcoin. The money was moved in a carefully planned sequence. First, the funds were spread across multiple wallets to break the digital trail. Then, they used crypto mixers, services designed to blend cryptocurrencies together, making it nearly impossible to trace the original source. Finally, they converted portions of the Bitcoin into stablecoins and privacy-focused coins like Monero, which are notoriously difficult to track. It was a textbook case of modern financial crime. They executed the transfer in less than an hour, and by the time the victim realized what had happened, the Bitcoin was already dispersed across various accounts. Authorities were contacted immediately, but the suspects had already begun covering their tracks. Flush with stolen wealth, Lamb and Serrano embarked on an outrageous spending spree. They didn't just lay low, they went all out, spending millions on a lifestyle that rivaled Hollywood celebrities. They rented a $30,000 per month mansion in Miami Shores, boasting a private pool, home theater, and enough space for extravagant parties. They rolled through the city in a fleet of exotic cars. Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Maseratis, Rolls-Royces, all paid for in crypto. At night, they dominated VIP sections in Miami's most exclusive nightclubs, dropping tens of thousands of dollars on champagne and high-end liquor. They frequented designer boutiques in Beverly Hills and Miami's design district, purchasing Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Rolexes, and diamond-encrusted chains without hesitation. Jewelry stores saw them as VIP clients, rolling out the red carpet for their excessive purchases. What made them even more reckless was their online presence. Serrano, in particular, took to social media, showcasing his wealth through live streams, flexing stacks of cash, and mocking those who questioned his sudden rise to riches. Lamb, while more discreet, still left behind digital traces, cryptic messages about winning the game, and references to financial dominance. But as much as they tried to enjoy their newfound wealth, their activities raised red flags. Authorities were already investigating the sudden disappearance of the $230 million in Bitcoin, and crypto exchanges had begun noticing suspicious transactions linked to laundering attempts. The FBI's Cybercrime unit got involved, working closely with blockchain analysis firms that specialize in tracking illicit transactions. While crypto mixers provide anonymity, they aren't foolproof. Through advanced forensic techniques, investigators were able to trace funds back to certain wallets, linking them to accounts that had been used to make luxury purchases. Law enforcement monitored their social media activities, comparing timestamps of expensive purchases with crypto withdrawals. They noticed patterns: large withdrawals followed by major spending sprees at car dealerships, jewelry stores, and travel agencies. The reckless display of wealth made it even easier to piece together the puzzle. On the morning of February 7th, the FBI and Miami PD executed a raid on the rented mansion in Miami Shores. Agents stormed the property, catching Lamb and Serrano completely off guard. Inside, they found evidence of their extravagant lifestyle: high-end watches, designer clothes, luxury car keys, and hard drives containing transaction logs. Both suspects were arrested on the spot, their empire crumbling before their eyes. The indictment unsealed the following day laid out the charges: conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. If convicted, they could face up to 30 years in prison. Prosecutors argued that the evidence was overwhelming: digital fingerprints linked to the stolen Bitcoin, chat logs detailing their plan, and even screenshots showing crypto wallet balances matching the missing funds. Despite the serious charges, Lamb's lawyer claimed his client was innocent, insisting that the government had yet to provide sufficient evidence. Serrano's attorney remained silent, declining to comment. The U.S. Attorney's Office stated that the investigation was ongoing, hinting that more suspects or co-conspirators could still be identified. This case is just one example of a growing trend. Crypto crime is on the rise. In 2023 alone, over $5 billion was stolen through various hacks, fraud schemes, and digital heists. Criminals have become more sophisticated, using techniques like SIM swapping, fake exchanges, rug pulls, and dark web laundering services to cover their tracks. The rise of decentralized finance, DeFi, has created even more loopholes, allowing hackers to exploit vulnerabilities in smart contracts. But as crypto crime evolves, so does law enforcement. The FBI, along with international agencies, has ramped up efforts to crack down on illicit activities, using AI-driven forensic tools to track transactions in real time. While some believe cryptocurrency is a lawless Wild West, cases like this prove that even in a decentralized world, criminals can't remain hidden forever. So what does this mean for the future of cryptocurrency? As regulation increases and law enforcement becomes more adept at tracking blockchain transactions, will criminals find new ways to exploit the system? And what can everyday investors do to protect themselves? If there's one lesson to take from this story, it's that even in the decentralized world of crypto, no one is truly invisible. The technology that enables financial freedom can also be used to bring criminals to justice. That's all for today's deep dive. What do you think? Should these guys get the maximum prison sentence? Or is the system too harsh on crypto crimes? Drop your thoughts in the comments.